Yeah, guys, you know why? It's simply because I have to tell you something very important. You know John, my other clone? He was this. Oh, I put my shirt backwards. Let me try to put it forward. Okay? And I'll talk about the story about John, my other clone. Now I fixed it. Alright, sorry I didn't talk about the story. It's simply because my shirt was backwards and I had it and I had to put it in the right way. I want to tell the story about John, my other clone. You know, he the whole people around the world, my other clone from the 20th dimension, he was discriminating them. John, my other clone, in the 20th dimension, in the other universe. You know, he lives in the same house in the 20th dimension as I do. But he didn't even go to school. He couldn't even go to college. He couldn't even go to work. He couldn't go to barber shop. All his hair got all the way there. All the way not. You know, he wasn't going to even go to barber shop. He wasn't going to Walmart. He couldn't go to Wendy's. He couldn't go to McDonald's. He couldn't go to Burger King. You know? And he couldn't go to Coopers. He couldn't go to stores. He couldn't go to Goodwill. He couldn't go to school, man. Man, believe me. He couldn't go to barber shop. And you know what has happened to the whole hair? It was so many hair around his head. Yes. Like the people discriminate him. They didn't intend it. He didn't accept him for school simply because he has dry skin all over his body. Is that sounds fair? That isn't fair. Because we should not treat others poorly. We should not treat others. Everybody can go any place they want, no matter what their color look like, no matter what their language look like. No matter when they have dry skin all over his body. Or no matter if they have dry skin. Everybody can go everybody can go any school they want to go. It doesn't matter what the color look like. You know what happened? You know, in the United States there was discrimination. It happened in the 1880s. In 1880. Yes. Like I told you. Like I learned that. Like in the 1880s, black and white, like in the 1880s, the black and white people had to go to different schools, restaurants. in stores, Walmart. And he had to go to different stores. They had to go to different barber shops. He had to go to different hair salons. That is not fair. Discrimination, people need a good education. Because we don't want things to be unfair. Like I told you. One day in 1963, yeah, that isn't fair. That wasn't fair in the 1880s. The black and white people had to go to different schools. And you know, in 1954, the Supreme Court banned segregated schools. People should get a good education because we don't want things to be unfair. 9 years later, in 1963, there was a famous speech in Washington, D.C. Some people cried because they also believed that time had come for things to change. You know, in the past, in the 1880s, there was discrimination. But now the laws did finally change. Yeah, I can be. Yes. Because we should treat others with kindness and respect. Yeah. And you know, John, my other clone, he couldn't go to schools, barber shops. My other clone from the different dimension, from the 20th dimension, he was poor. Simply because you look. I'm going to go to hospitals. And that's one day he was falling by the skateboard and the people laughed. And that wasn't nice. We don't laugh at people we don't laugh at people. Like in the 20th dimension, my other clone, he was riding the skateboard. He fall. The people laugh. And there was a slippery and the people laugh at him. It's simply because of the dry skin. If that sounds fair, that isn't fair, guys. We should not treat others with this. We should treat others with kindness and respect. And that wasn't fair in the 1880s. The black and white people had to go to different schools, restaurants, barbershops, and hair salons. We should not discriminate anyone because we are children of God. I hope you like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And if you know John, my other clone, he was poor when he was grown up. Well, one day, those causing all nosebleed over his body, the people saw him causing nosebleed, and the people laughed at him. They didn't help him. You know, he got sick. They didn't let them go to the hospital. And other people were... He was sick. His family cried. And the people were